there. Let me see if this is working in YouTube. Hopefully we are live now. I see one viewer. I think that might be me.
It's loading on my end.
Sure.
Oh, I have a missed call. My phone rang while I went left.
Okay, it seems to be working okay on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think we have actual viewers.
Are you sure they're actual viewers? Or they're like...
I think so. I'm checking whether people can see it. For some reason I can't see the chat on YouTube. Oh, it says 6 people are watching now. I think we've got real viewers, Dennis. So should we get started? Should we do this?
We shall. We shall.
All right. Well, hello everyone watching. We're doing a very impromptu interview. I'm Katharyne Shelton from Treasure Hunting, and joining me is... It's you, Dennis.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I was giving you the big, big, like, hey.
Gotcha. Dennis Smith from Sourcing Secrets. So I like your introduction better, though. You're more energetic than I am.
Oh, well, that's kind of my thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I just try and stay happy, try and stay positive. Which I think you do in your own way, Dennis. You are a powerhouse of sourcing.
I try. I try to add value as much as I can.
So we've both just come back from ASD, Las Vegas. You back to your place and me back to San Diego, and it's been a long drive for both of us. How are you feeling now you're back from ASD? How was it?
I kind of miss it. It was 4 days of excitement, adrenaline. I liked it. I liked the buy. I liked the hunt. But now it's come back and do all the work, and I have it all listed up, and I need to send it off, and I'm waiting on probably six or seven orders that I placed there. No clue when they'll be coming. I get alerts that they've been processed, but so hopefully in the next couple of weeks I stay busy with getting the orders in and starting the test runs. I bought a lot of 1s and 2s of the SKUs, so just to see how they do. So it's exciting.
So let's go back to the beginning. This was your first ASD, and you're already in there placing orders and getting stuff delivered right away.
Yeah, I started FBA October 1st, first ASD. Talked to a lot of the major players along the way with wholesale, so I had an idea of it. But when I got in there, it was overwhelming. You kind of want to buy everything, but you're kind of scared in a way that you don't want to make the wrong decision. But through my success, I've not been afraid to fail, and I've talked to other people, and failing is a part of success. You have to fail. You're not going to do everything right, and so I have a big habit of buying first, and then maybe later on trying to figure out why I bought so much and so many. But it's all fun times.
But that's kind of worked out for you in the past, hasn't it? I mean, you're famous for buying all the Frozen dolls, like just going straight into FBA and going so deep on Frozen dolls. Isn't that like your big signature move?
Yeah, that's kind of how I was introduced into the Amazon world. it's kind of simple when I first started, which is Q4. Everything sells, so buy as much as you can. I still ran out first week of December, second week of December. That was my last item that I sold, so I didn't buy enough. Going into the other quarters, it's not Q4, so buying an arraignment of different SKUs and different products. I was ungated in almost everything. There's a few categories that I can't sell in, which I probably won't. I'm ungated a lot now that it would take probably $100,000 to keep buying what I buy. I'm majority in toys, and then now I just got into sunglasses. ASD was pretty big. I ordered over 250 SKUs in sunglasses, so we'll see there.
Wow.
Watches, about 50 different SKUs, so we'll see. But toys is my favorite. I got a bunch of kids, so I'm always buying them something, and so if they're asking me for it, I'm sure the other kids are asking their parents for it as well.
So a lot of people are saying, like, they watched, I did a walk around video of ASD, and the feedback I heard from a lot of people was it looks so overwhelming. There's just so much there. And before I went, I heard all these people telling me how huge it was. And I wasn't prepared for it. I was like, wow, there's so many things to look at here. How did you go in with a game plan? Did you know what products, what categories you wanted to look at? How did you pick what you were going to go and investigate?
Well, about a week before ASD, I got on the site and started looking at some of the websites. I thought I had a plan. Everything seemed good. I emailed some of the wholesalers prior to my arrival. But when I walked in, it was too much. There was products everywhere. I didn't know who I emailed earlier. I didn't keep any of the contact information. So, there's a learning curve, definitely. But I stayed with what I sold. I didn't walk through clothing because I'm approved in clothing, but I haven't sold any yet. So I really want to master the categories that I'm selling in now and make sure that I have enough product in front of the customers before I really turn to learn another category. And my mentality is kind of, with wholesale and the toys kind of being on autopilot, where I don't necessarily have to source and find new products, that I can just hit the replenish button or call them up on the phone or email and say, okay, reorder this. And so it's kind of a autopilot, and then that'll free me up to go source clothes or go source jewelry or other categories. But when I walked in, it was overwhelming. It was the biggest mall times 10 I could think of.
So how do you approach someone? Like, do you remember who you approached first and how it went? Like, was there a vendor that you zoned in on and started talking to?
No, I can't remember the first one I approached. Honestly, they approached me as when I was walking through, handing out business cards, catalogs. I honestly thought it would be a lot harder with me being only in business since October. So, we're selling on Amazon. I would, if you don't have a brick and mortar, you're nobody in ASD. And that's the assumption that I kind of came up with. Hang on, let me turn this on. Before.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah, they don't stop. I like it, though. Let me do something real quick. Sorry.
Sure. That's okay. I think I was surprised, actually.
Somebody
I found everyone very
the
friendly there and very I heard a lot of warnings from people, a lot of people saying, oh, you've got to go in super prepared, ready to do business. You've got to know all the terminology, all the jargon. And I found most of the vendors were actually super friendly, super helpful, and they just really want to sell to you. Okay, Dennis is doing something, so I'll just talk. This is really his show. I want to really get his opinion and his experiences. But yeah, I found I found ASD a lot less stressful and difficult. I found most people really friendly there. Even hi Dennis, I'm just talking about my experience of talking to vendors, and I found that there was even one lady, and she said, well, I don't like selling to Amazon sellers, but she was still really friendly about it and really nice about it. I didn't meet anyone who was sort of rude or intimidating to approach. Generally, all the vendors were friendly and wanted to sell their products.
Yeah, no, I kind of had the assumption that I was going to be a nobody, or they didn't want my business because I don't have a brick and mortar. But that wasn't the case. One thing that I would suggest anybody that wants to do this business full time and they want to do wholesale, have a website. You know, just create a website. You don't have to use it. You know, I pay $250 a year for the website. That's very small chump change in this business, because they can, you know, if they don't like Amazon, you can say I offer, you know, products on my personal website as well. So you know, you can still kind of come in the back door with that one. You know,
that's a great tip. Have your own website.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me, well, you know, how your website, I've never heard of it. How do you know other people's have? And I said, well, I run Facebook promotional ads, you know, things like that. And my kids are being loud.
Sure. That's actually a really good tip. Is that something the vendors ask? How are you going to market our products? Is that a conversation that comes up?
Yeah, or you know, how many stores do you have? And you know, I tell them I'm online. Some ask Amazon, some don't. You know, I have my website on my card, and I kind of explain my business versus I'm a third party seller on Amazon, just because I don't know where it'll go. And so during the meetup, I talked a lot about controlling people's thinking process. You know, I would rather be the one speaking to them instead of me answering their questions. You know, always keep talking, keep the ball in your court. You can control how it goes.
You can lead the conversation. Yeah.
That definitely helped out. But it was quite easy going in there, getting business cards and catalogs, and then when I talked to the first people that I talked to is Soapbox or Soap Socks or something like that. It's the kids' little, you put the bar soap in their mouth and you know, they take a bath with this little stuffed animal that you put the soap in there. It was on Shark Tank. You know, I
was worried then. I thought you were going to be putting soap in a child's mouth, and I was like, no, you can't be doing that. This is 2015.
No, I'm about
Sorry.
My kids won't be quiet. But so the rank's not really there yet, but I think it's a good product. You know, and one good thing about having your own website, something that you may not make a lot of money on through Amazon. You know, you can put on your own website, you can run promotional ads, discounts, and eventually, you know, you start getting some traffic, and then you can actually advertise that item itself on Facebook. And I've had a really good success with Facebook paying, you know, $60, $70 a week and getting 4,000 or 5,000 people to my site. And in that 4,000 or 5,000, you know, I may have 10 sales. But I don't have to pay Amazon any fees. So some things I'll put, you know, on my website. Other things, you know, it's definitely FBA. But it's helped me, you know, financially.
Can I ask you a question about that? Do you just use Facebook adverts for your own site, or do you also use Facebook adverts for your particular items on Amazon?
Well, everything that I have on Amazon, I have on my personal site too. So I guess that was misleading, right, saying some things I put on my site, some things I don't. Some things I keep here in the house. So when I do sell them, you know, I fulfill them myself. But every SKU that I have on Amazon, I'll have on my personal website too. So, and then when I get an order through my site, then I'll just have Amazon fulfill it. I'd rather get the order through my own site than just paying less fees and stuff like that than to promote Amazon, because
That's really smart. Yeah.
Amazon pays for so much advertisement. I mean, billions of customers. Me paying advertisements kind of, I think, redundant, because I enjoy the sales that I have, so I don't want to. I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah. So you do multi-channel fulfillment from your own website with Amazon. That's pretty cool.
Correct. Yeah. If I was smart, I would put everything on eBay as well, so I can have all the platforms. Because some things on eBay are higher than what they're on Amazon, and there's some eBay customers that don't shop Amazon or live in the Stone Age. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but and there's some controversy of the eBayer getting a box that they buy off eBay and it says Amazon on it. So I've not run into that yet.
I think you can have the plain. You can have the plain packaging. You can do multi-channel fulfillment with plain packaging from Amazon.
Oh, okay. So I just learned something from you.
What do you think about Facebook selling? Just to go on a slight tangent, have you seen the new announcements from Facebook? They're saying they're going to start having a lot of selling capabilities direct on your Facebook page. I'm like so excited about this because I've been watching sales and the third-party Facebook selling options, but to have it native in Facebook seems really exciting. Do you think that's something you might follow?
Yeah, I've seen some of the Facebook stores that they have. I'm not sure. It's all dependent on how my Amazon business goes. So if I need the sales, because I don't want to get to the point where I'm selling so much on Amazon and then I have listings up through Facebook or eBay or through my own site, and then I don't have any quantity left. So I'm kind of growing slowly, but changing or evolving as I need to.
Wow, that's a tough problem when you're selling too much.
Oh, I'm not selling too much yet. I was just trying to think of, possible. I could. Kind of getting back to ASD. When I bought a booth, which was really exciting. I was
going to ask you about that. That's the thing everyone wants to hear about. Everyone has heard about the booth flipping, and this is huge. So tell us all the secrets of booth flipping, because I'm desperate to hear this.
Well, the first 2 days of ASD was pretty much a walkthrough. I didn't place any orders, and then the last 2 days was orders and booth purchasing. Well, I just bought one, but I kind of, in the back of my mind, wanted to buy one. I talked to a couple of people. Their booths are already sold, and then on the last day, this guy was putting up a sign that said "booth for sale," and then I walked in. Yeah, please. I walked into no. Sorry, I walked into the booth and started looking at the products. All his products were pretty much licensed products, and I deal with a lot of licensed product. Good rank. There's the companies that make them pay for so much advertisement. They're always on commercials. Disney's huge, NFL, things like that. And now I'm gonna shoot my dog. So. Can you hear him barking?
He's not going to soap his kids. He's not going to shoot the dog. Don't worry, everyone. The dog and the kids, they're all fine.
No. I just need to see. This is why I need my warehouse. I need to be able to leave and go to work, and I'll probably stay there, 23 hours a day.
I think a lot of us can sympathize with this. We're all kind of running our businesses with dogs and kids and people around. It's kind of, it goes with the territory.
Yeah. Can you hear him barking?
Licensed products. Yeah, it's fine. He's just barking.
Okay, but he won't stop. I'm gonna get him.
He's okay.
Okay, so the licensed products, that I deal probably 90% licensed products and have a good return on it, good rank. Lots of competition, but if I can get the price, if I can compete with 50 other sellers and the price that I'm getting it at is good enough, then I'll compete. So I went in there, and then he was putting up the sign booth for sale, and we started negotiating price, and then we decided on a price and had an agreement, and then so somebody walked up. It was seconds after that I bought the booth, and they said, "Are you selling samples?" And he looked at me and said, "Are you selling samples?" And I was kind of startled, because it was his booth. And I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll sell any of the samples." I said, "However, I just bought the booth. I'm a retailer, so these samples will be at retail prices. They won't be at wholesale prices. So this is, consumer prices." Well, it's a good thing that Shopkins and Despicable Me and Disney, just a lot of people wanted to buy that for their kids or for whoever. And I made $500 on about 2 hours of selling retail. And then
So you bought the guy's booth. Like, how does that go down? You made him an offer, or?
Yeah, I asked him. I said, "How much do you want for it?" And he said $18.50 at first, and then I started counting the products and getting on Amazon and seeing what they were, and then I told him 500, and he came down to 650, and I went up, to 800, and we met on 1100. So I'm out $600 right now, but I have, I would say, probably 200. Probably 325, around that $300. Now there's some stuff that I can't sell. I'm not approved in beauty. I mean, don't make fun of me, but I know it's as simple as scanning receipts, but I don't go shop for beauty, or I go right to the toy section every time I'm in Walmart or Target. But there's some as seen on TV beauty products or health and personal care that are $29, $39, $49 that's in there. So I have a stack of probably 40 items that total about $300 they're just sitting there. So it might be my motivation to get approved.
It takes 5 minutes. You can get approved so fast in beauty.
Yeah, no, I've never really scanned any beauty. I don't know what it is. I've just never health and personal care and beauty. I've never went in the stores and scanned. It's always been toys or groceries. But now that I see, I guess you have to see it to believe it. And now that I see the profit in it, I can I can get these items wholesale from them and make good money. Now the only difference with buying a booth and then buying wholesale. So I kind of got a gold mine here. So I paid roughly maybe $4 or $5. I haven't figured out $4 or $5 per item. Maybe even less than that. I will have to look at his catalog and see what he's really selling it for. Because I got about 25% off. So those health and beauty or personal products, can I buy them and then take the fees from Amazon and still make money? So, but getting into buying booths, that is amazing. Go to ASD Q4. I mean, August is perfect time. Buy 2 or 3 booths, spend $20, $25, $30,000, and then you have 15, 20,000 products to send it to Amazon right at the beginning of Q4, and most of the booths are 50% off. Majority, that's where they're at, 50% off. There's some of the bigger booths.
You say you bought one for just 1,100?
Yeah, correct.
Wow.
Yeah, it was about 75 or it's 25% off wholesale prices. Um, but I should get total return about 4,000, maybe 4,200, and then taken out of what I spent, I should probably walk away with $3,300 net. Um,
That's
and
awesome.
they're all really great ring. Now, the only problem with buying a booth is, well, I'll just pick up the whole thing. So
Sure.
here's a bunch of frozen.
Lots of frozen.
I can't sell them, but it's good. It's good that I have enough kids for each one of these.
Oh, I bet you were the best dad in the world when you got home. I bet they were so happy to see you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, they know what's Amazon, what's not, so they know not to touch it. These flipsies, these are all restricted. So these may be good eBay items. I don't know, but it's.
Oh, why are flipsies restricted? Is it a manufacturer restriction?
I didn't look into them. I just found out about them. But look at it. Look how cool that is.
Oh, those! I've seen those.
I just
cool?
want to wear them. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
These Shopkins, I got 60, around 60 of these, and these are $18, $19. I have some smaller Shopkins. I'm not sure where they're at. The Shopkins line alone will pay for the booth, and then plus some. And I want to show you this this box. Sorry, I'm unorganized here.
Sure. I was going to ask you, how did you bring it all home? Do you like have a truck and you just drove it all home yourself, or are there people that can help with buying up a booth and taking everything away?
No, I bought a truck. Yeah, I bought a truck just to go to ASD. No, I drove. It's just a 12-hour drive from Colorado. And
did you tell us the truth now, Dennis? You were in the limo, weren't you? You just drove home in the limo.
Yeah, I couldn't make up my mind whether it was the black one or the white one, so I had to drive myself. I can't find.
So Dennis was high rolling in the limo. He was in Vegas, posting pictures of the limo, going, I don't know whether to take the black limo out or the white limo. This guy is Mr. High Roller.
It was my first time in Vegas, first time ASD. I've made a lot of money through Amazon since I started. Sometimes you just have to feel the part. Or also a good friend of mine, well, hopefully he thinks of me as a friend. He told me, he said, Dennis, the best thing that you could do is fake it until you make it, and nobody will know the difference. And so maybe this is just me faking it, part, but hopefully making it soon. But
You're a man of mystery. I don't think anyone knows with you. Everyone's like, what's he doing? He's spending all this money, but he's making all this money.
Yeah, well, you have to spend it to make it. So this is kind of neat. I never heard of these, but it's a Shopkins in a basket, and I have no clue what's inside. But they're $14.98 when I scanned them at the booth. They were ranked 55 in toys, and then I have 3 cases of them.
And how much do you get them for?
Why $1,100 for the whole booth?
Oh, okay. So pennies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot. A lot of pennies. I'm gonna make a lot of pennies too. But you can. So that Amazon sells just the case of 30. I think for 170 or somewhere around that, about $30 in fees. So you make 150 or 140. But if I individually sell them, I'll make $6-7 profit. So that's the way to go. I'll make $300 just on those. But those, I didn't even know about them. And I saw this post earlier, and somebody says, while reading your post, it was kind of like thrift hunting, or it wasn't thrift hunting, it was the storage lockers, where you open it and you got a good find. I knew a lot of the products that I was getting, but they had boxes and boxes of products that I didn't go through. He just said, I have 350 plus products, and I started doing the calculations, and I started scanning a few, and I said, this is a good buy, just from the items that I looked at. So it was definitely like a storage locker, where every box that I continued to open, I was getting more value, and just like a little kid in the candy store, I was so excited.
That's pretty exciting.
I agree.
When you told me about it, I pictured it like a storage locker, and I think a lot of people really want the dream of doing a storage locker, and you did it, but you got to see what you were buying as well.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. And once I bought this booth, I went down to another booth, and I asked them, was that for sale? And they said, well, it is for sale. We usually sell our booths before the event starts. But I said, are you going to be back in August? And they said, yeah. And I said, is it for sale in August, or is it sold already? And they said, here's my card. And they said they'll contact me. What's great about it is they were one of the first wholesale accounts that I made a few months ago. So I'm already selling their products, and we already have a customer relationship. And they sell, my phone won't stop. They sell everything at 50% off, and they have around 3,000 items. So I'm going to pay a lot more, but I'm going to get a whole lot more value. And that's my plan going into Q4. Source from ASD, buy booths, and just unload in FBA. And hopefully it's a gold mine.
Wow. So you sorry, I think I just did something crazy with the hangout there. So do you think that booth flipping is like the way to the way to go? Do you think that's like a better business than just going and straight making deals and ordering wholesale?
Well, you're going to get it at the cheapest possible price. 3,000 items, 50% off. If I order it through their catalog, I'm paying the 100% wholesale price. So anytime that you can get the items a lot cheaper, it gives you more room for error, if you will. I bought too many of these, but the price that I paid was so cheap that I can take a loss, not really a loss, but if I took a loss on half of them, then I'm still making my money. And I sell things. I bought some Disney Frozen for $16. The price was $32, $34, $36 on Amazon. I bought it. I sent it in. Amazon started coming on the listing, selling it for $26.99. And I thought, well, I would lose 50 cents per doll that sold, but not really, because I'm making so much on everything else that it's about an average sale price and an average ROI and an average net profit. That may bring my average down, but I'm still not taking a loss. What I would rather do is sell the items now for whatever price that they're going at, get my money back, and then be able to flip that money into other items. So even though I made a mistake by buying 200 Disney dolls, that's fine. They're still ranked good, under 1,000. I'm getting my money back, majority of it, so I'm still positive. If I sell this cell phone for $20 less than what I bought it, that's $20 loss. But if I'm making $40 on this, then I'm still making $20 altogether.
I think that's something that's really inspiring about you. I know you posted in your group the other day, and you were like, do people think I'm bragging here, or am I being educational? And I thought that was such a great post, because I know it's something we kind of struggle with. You want to show people figures, you want to show people what you're doing, but at the same time we have that sort of inner, like, am I bragging about this? And I think you're showing just how much you inspire people with this. because you went in there in October. You've been doing this 5 months, and you always go in deep. You've always got a plan, and you just keep that hustle going. And I think that's really awesome. And a lot of people, I mean, I know people were talking to me after the masterminds meeting, and they were going, wow, that guy's really smart. That guy really knows what he's doing here. Like, people were so impressed with what you're doing.
And for me, it comes natural. I read Chris's book, so I have to give that a shout out. I didn't know about online arbitrage, things like that, but once Chris kind of pointed me in the direction of this is where you go and this is kind of how you do it, then my unconventional way of saying I live 2 hours away from many stores. I don't want to make the drive. That's $60-70 round trip, eating lunch, dinner, because it's going to be an all-day thing, and then scan items at stores and only buy just a handful. How about if I go to Amazon first, see what's selling? Okay, this is selling for this. It says I can get it for 75% cheaper at Walmart. It's ranked 50 in toys. Well, let's call Walmart on the phone and say, hey, I want to place a bulk order. Can we do that? Or when's your next shipment? How many of these are going to be on the truck, and what time? What time will you bring them to the shelves? So I know that I'm not wasting my time. And it's all time management, I believe. Some people have all the time in the world, and they don't mind going out and shopping and scanning and things like that. I hate it, so I had to maximize my time and become more efficient on when I source.
And I think that was a great tip you put out. And it was such a simple tip. You were like, call corporate, just go straight to the top and see if you can find those products. And I think that's something that it's so easy to lose track of when you're out in the stores and you're scanning and you're looking for products, that you can just make a phone call and get as many of those products as you want, and probably at a lower price.
Yeah, it worked for me during Q4. Now there was some things that had a limit that I could only buy on, but just starting with Amazon and really seeing what's selling, whatever category it is, go in there and click under if you want to buy items that are 25 to 50 or 50 to 100 or 100 to 200. During Q4, I knew there was a lot of things marked up, so I was searching between the 100 and 200 and trying to search it back to where I can get it the cheapest. And there's a lot of items that's 200 and 300% markup on Amazon just for the Prime. And then Q4, they're paying for the premium just to get it in 2 days, or whether they're a late shopper, or they don't have any stores in their area, or all the stores are sold out, or their kids driving them insane. They're going to pay for that premium. It's 2015, where we have Google. If any information that we want, we type it in, hit enter, and instantly have the gratification of knowing what we're wanting. And in turn, that's the same thing with shopping. Before, we would order in 2002 or 3 and some Jordans online, and it takes 2 weeks. My Jordans came yet. Now it's like if it goes past 2 days, you're calling like, where's my stuff? I want it now. And people are paying a premium for that, and I'll be the one to supply it for that premium. No extra charge.
So I've got a question then. Where do you see yourself next quarter 4? Because you're doing everything at the moment. You're kind of becoming kind of a celebrity in the reseller world. You're doing a lot with your group, and you're doing this massive selling. You're doing the ASD, the booths, the wholesale. How do you see the extrapolation of this? How do you see this growing?
Well, I'll be moving into a warehouse hopefully really soon. Before summer. I'm kind of battling. I'm supposed to have surgery, a full shoulder total replacement, and I've kind of been putting it off. ASD, and putting it off for Massachusetts, and I really need to just have it. So at Q4, I'm back to normal, and it's about a 6-month turnaround, so I can be able to pack and lift and stuff like that. but going into a warehouse, I've toyed around with the idea of sending spreadsheets out to other people, and then having, saying, hey, this is good stuff to buy. It's ranked really well. It fits in all my category. And then also, if you don't like doing FBA yourself, or you want a little help, send it to my warehouse, and we can become like the one-stop shop. Go ahead.
So you're looking at doing sourcing and fulfillment for people?
Yeah, I was going to announce it at the meetup, but there's still, I don't have the warehouse yet. I'm still in the mix of that. Hopefully, like I said, very soon I'll have it. I don't want to get something too small where I have to, 6 months later move, and I don't want to have to get something too big where, I can't fill it up. But yeah, that's what I want to do, because I know there's a lot of people that have time and money, but they just don't kind of know how to do it. So maybe it'll take them a year, 2 years, or 3 years, or say they never really just click. Maybe they think it's way too hard. Okay, well, here's a spreadsheet. Here's 50 items, 25 items, 100 items of all rank, everything that's good. And then you just sit back in your computer chair, place the order, and have it shipped to my warehouse. And then I fulfill the order for you. So it's kind of almost just like an investment, but you pick and choose what you want to buy.
So it's kind of almost for people who have the capital, but they don't want to deal with FBA themselves. It's almost like the stock market or something. They're like, okay, I pick that one, that one, that one. You do all the work, and I sit back and wait for the returns.
Yeah, but they have to have the capital. Maybe I should think about that. If you don't have the capital, I put the money up and then get it. I don't know.
Hey, you just do everything. I'll just be like, Dennis, can you buy some stuff on FBA? Can you just buy some stuff and sell it for me? I'll just wait here and just give me some money when you're done. It'll be great.
Yeah, that would be nice. I wish somebody would do that for me, because... that
sounds like the perfect service.
I know that's too perfect. I don't know. But that's just my ideas, thinking out loud, to try to let you know what's in my head. I like to bring value to people, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it away from my FBA business, where my business is slowing down. So there's got to be something in return for that, that I charge a fee or a flat rate, or that so I'm still getting value by helping other people. Because when I started coaching, as you know it, and during Q4, like my FBA was just, it stopped. I couldn't ship, I couldn't do anything. I was making money, but it's like I really want to do FBA. So you got to find that middle ground. But I like to help people, and I think sending them spreadsheets of items to buy, because somebody sends me spreadsheets. I don't necessarily get on the computer and search for hours and type in spreadsheets. I have other people who do that for me. They send me 24-hour spreadsheets of so many products that fit within my category, my buying checklist, and then all I do is get on the computer and buy it and ship it here.
So you're using VAs to do that?
VAs? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Smartest decision ever. A lot of people say, I don't know if I have money for a VA, or I don't, it's really the smartest decision ever. They're awake when we're asleep. Well, except me, I got sleep, Philippine backwards. But so they, every morning they send me the spreadsheet of they searched, and then I look on there, and I don't buy it all. I probably have 300-400 items on there that I've not even touched, but it's every single category. So once I get to that point where I can start researching more into that category and knowing what I'm doing, then I will buy it.
That's great. So let's go back to ASD. How was your weekend? Did you have a good time? Did you network? Because you led this crazy, amazing evening that we were all at, the masterminds and me. That was a pretty amazing dinner for 80 people.
So before I say that, I'm not going to say who it is, but somebody's watching out there, and it says, I'm approved in health and beauty. Just saying, if you do not get approved, I can help move that for you.
Oh, there you go.
So I think I might just sell it to him. It just be done. One sell and be done. I've also thought about getting into wholesale because I don't know if this is a problem. It's not a problem for me, maybe for some, but I'm getting more products than I have money. You know, I've spent a whole lot of money. I have a whole lot of money out there. I'm getting returns. I'm not getting Q4 returns. So let's just put it that way. But I'm passing up a lot of products. You know, I can say, hey, you know, I have this connection. I have this account. Here's the products. You know, you be successful. You know, I just want to help people be successful. Maybe when I retire, there'll be a bunch of people on the beach instead of just by myself, you know. But go back to ASD.
Yeah, there's a lot of sourcing service. I mean, it's kind of a hot thing at the moment, sourcing services, and a lot of money in that.
Yeah, there definitely is. I wouldn't want to do it, you know, full time. I would want to do FBA full time, of course, but I want to get to where I kind of like Sam, and I hate to put him on blast, but he didn't do too much of anything when I went and saw him. You know, he drank coffee. We took walks around the warehouse. We went outside. That's the boss that I want to be. Now I'm sure he'll outwork any of his employees. He'll be the one that busts his ass the hardest. But he's made it to that point where he's hired people to do all the tedious tasks for him, and then he can stay available to make certain decisions as they arise, to take a phone call, drink a cup of coffee. And my trip to meet him in New Jersey was very inspiring, because sometimes just seeing success lets you know that the possibility is still there. Some people may be banging their heads against the wall and just saying, this FBA thing is way hard, and how do I do this, or how do I do this? But kind of losing the sight of the end game and just saying, you know, if he can do it, I can too.
I think that can be really inspiring when you see other people who are being successful and what they're doing and how they got there. I think it's really important to be in that mindset where you're inspired by people. You don't have that sort of jealousy and that instead you see it as a positive, inspiring thing. And I think that's great that you did that, and you see the best in people like that. You can see that as something positive and something to aspire to.
Yeah, no, I'm very inspired by successful people. Just knowing that it's possible, you know, to go meet them and see how they operate and just see the wealth and success. Just knowing, because in this business, you only kind of really see intimately what the business you're doing, so the payouts that you're getting. But to see a payout, I mean, I'm not even going to say, but I mean, it's insane. You know, I've not made that type of payout that he got in 2 weeks and 5 years.
Wow.
So it's insane just to see that. Okay, keep doing, you know, doing it by the rules and the policies, procedures, and doing what's work and maximizing efficiency, and just keep on giving it 110%. Yesterday when I got back, so I woke up from the hotel Thursday morning, 9 o'clock, ate breakfast, and then drove from Las Vegas to Colorado. I got home last night at like 7 o'clock. I went to bed this morning at 8 o'clock because I was doing listings and I was making sure all my products were not damaged and which ones I could sell and which ones I couldn't sell, because I don't want to have the product here too long. When it sits here, I lose money. I need to get it in front of the customers. So that's why I sleep for like 20 hours a day when I don't have any work to do. But it's about time management. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that's really inspiring that FBA is so scalable. Like one day you can be doing yard sales, you can be thrifting, and then you can grow that very, very quickly, especially at Q4. If you just flip that money and work fast, work smart, you can actually make a huge amount of money very, very quickly from very little capital. I mean, when I started doing FBA, I had pretty much nothing to start with. It was just flipping very fast, and having a system, replenishing fast, and building that system. And I think there's a lot of people who are still at that end of the spectrum, who are still doing the yard sales, who are still thrifting. But it's really inspiring to see that, hey, if you keep at it and you keep flipping and you keep growing your business, scaling your business, and building the systems, you can actually end up doing really well with them.
Definitely. All of this is Q4's money. So, that's what's nice is I had a successful Q4, and I'm continuing on into the year. So it's definitely very scalable, putting 100% back into it, mostly 100%. I have a little bit of overhead with the VAs, and then I got to pay myself money because the federal government says that I have to take a paycheck. But just putting more back into it, and like right now, not I guess I could pay myself $2,000-3,000 a month and go out to dinner every night and do fun things like that. But I want to enjoy the success on the back end. When I'm making millions of dollars from it, net profit, and then I can step away and go to Germany for a week and things like that. So I'll enjoy my success later on down in the future. But
you were driving around in limousines in Las Vegas.
That was $55 because I negotiated the guy from 180. Yeah, and I saw that he had a sign. He was holding a sign, and it said 75, but he told me 180. And then so I walked on down the parking lot a little bit, and I saw another limo, and I said, hey, your friend down there told me 65. Can you beat his price? And the guy says, yeah, I'll do it for 55. There's nothing wrong with telling a little white lie every now and again.
You're such a hustler.
Yeah, I do. But the sad thing is I called to pick everybody up. I didn't call you, but I called to pick, the other guest speakers up, and they're like, no, we'll just drive. So
yeah, why was my limo invite? What?
I'm sorry about that one. We'll do it again in ASD. We'll do it again for sure.
Are we doing August? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'm going to give it everything I got. That is going to be where I want to get 75% of my Q4 toys is ASD. Now I don't know if the competition is going to be more. If other people like to buy booths, I'm not sure. So it was my first.
I'm coming in. I want to buy a booth.
There we go. Well, let's just all put our money together and buy all the booths. So we'll just
buy all the booths.
Yeah, we'll just own ASD.
It's our conference. That's awesome, Dennis. So have you got any top tips? What would be your top tips for newbies going to ASD? So for anyone thinking of going in August, what would be your big tips?
August ASD might have capital. And I guess that's a double-edged sword because they're like, I need to sell stuff to have capital. I wouldn't go to ASD unless you can negotiate a bargain and buy a lot. So if you don't have $1,000, to buy a booth or things like that, then don't try to buy a booth or is that what you mean for buying booths, or do you just mean just generally?
No, I mean just in general. I mean, there's the wear comfortable shoes and take business cards, but apart from that, like.
Yeah, just get out there and talk. Yeah, of course, comfortable shoes, business cards, things like that. But just network with people. See, when you do talk to them, okay, springtime, do you have any other new products coming out? Most of the wholesale update their catalog springtime. ASD in March is not yet springtime, so I said, what products do you have coming out in your spring line? Here's my email. Email me the new catalog coming out in spring. Asking them, how much do I, if I buy certain amounts, what kind of discounts can I get? Free freight, or 30 days. I had no clue at 30 days, net 30, net 60, net 90, or it's called 30 days dating, or 60 dating, 90 dating. I had no clue. In this one place, I walked out, placed a booth. They said, yeah, if you purchase $3,000 or more, we give you 90 days to pay for it. Well, yeah, I wanted to do a backflip.
That's awesome.
So I placed a $3,000 order just so I didn't have 90 days. I have 90 days to pay for it. Hopefully, I will sell everything and then never have to take any of my own money. So buying big definitely does have its advantages in this business. It really does.
That's a great tip. The other thing, can I throw in a tip here? Be honest with everyone. This is just a general tip. When you're dealing with the vendors, just be polite and friendly and honest and talk about yourself. And I think that comes back to you as well with your website tip. Like that's such a great tip. Just get a website up there. Have your products listed on your own website. And that's a great way to be taken a bit more seriously by vendors.
Yeah, definitely. Just talking to people I probably gained so much knowledge just from talking from manufacturers and wholesalers. This is very, very exciting. The store name is the America Store, and so I went up to a booth, and I'm not going to say what it is just because we're still in the making of this, and I don't want to speak too soon or sound too exciting, then it fall through. However, I said, so they're the manufacturers. They're very, very small, and they sell a kind of an impulse drinking alcohol game. So it's really popular.
Are we going to be playing this in August?
Yes, probably. But I said, is there any room for private label that you can label these products with my brand, and then for me to push the products out there, And so she was on the phone for this and that. So they're willing to stamp my trademark onto the product. And it's not necessarily a private label, because it's still manufactured. They still have all the say of how it's manufactured, what colors, this and that. But I guess what I'm saying is it'll have my logo, and then it'll be kind of branded to me. That's awesome. And just talking, instead of just saying, yeah, I'd like to buy that and sell that. Just seeing for rooms that you can evolve, a room that you can evolve into more business. So we'll see how that goes.
That's really exciting.
So
really exciting. Wow.
I hope it works out. I really do.
Wow. Well, we'll catch up and we'll see how it goes, because that's a really exciting development. Moving into having your own label on products. So I mean, that gives you a huge competitive edge.
Yeah, it would be I would be the only products on Amazon for that, and so it's really exciting. And then the game's really fun. Everybody plays it, but I'm just putting a little twist on it, so it'll be fun.
Cool. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining me, Dennis. Thank you for having this chat.
Thanks for having me. It was really awesome. Anytime I get to spend with you.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. So everyone, go and join Dennis's group, Sourcing Secrets, on Facebook. Join my group, Treasure Hunting with Katharyne, on Facebook. And have a great weekend, everyone. I'm going to be on Spreecast tomorrow with Andy Slammons talking private label. So that's kind of exciting. And hopefully also a bit of bundling. If you haven't yet, check out my bundling class, katharyne.com/bundles. And everybody have a great week. Thank you again, Dennis.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.